lot of demand for addressable advertising in Europe. In some ways, they're catching up with mature markets like the US and the UK. And we are seeing broadcasters in some cases even come together to try and persuade operators, set-top box manufacturers, etc., to really try and get addressable linear services live. And that seems to be a little bit of a shift, where in the past they've tried to focus on video on demand in the first instance, and then catch up, and then addressable linear. But this time, I think nowadays rather, I think things are changing and becoming a little bit more focused on addressable linear to start with. We are seeing demand for the addressability on video on demand, but we're seeing it a little bit more in a combined way, where broadcasters in particular are pushing for addressability across all platforms at the same time. They don't necessarily want to be differentiating between addressable linear and video on demand or other services in between. What they're looking at is, how do I sell an addressable campaign to an audience? And it can be delivered on either addressable linear or on video on demand. So there is a definite shift from a broadcaster perspective to add addressability across the piece. So the first major benefit that we see on the linear side compared to the VOD side of things is scale, and that's still there. Even though you have the addition of addressability on video on demand or on catch-up services or even on recordings, be it set-top box or network recordings, all of those things are making headway in terms of adding addressability, the addressable functionality across the piece. But the scale is still there in linear, and what we are really seeing is broadcasters in particular focusing on that as the primary start to adding addressability, and then moving on to the other platforms as well.